Hi everyone, it's Kaz my YouTube channel. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I am going to be doing my footy tips. Now for those who are returning magpies, welcome, love yous all. If you're new to the channel and you're watching this for the first time, hi, thank you for watching and hope you like, comment and subscribe and let me know what you think. Pretty plain and simple. I just go through my round 14 tips and we'll go through the round 15. Alright, so because there were 5 games, I got 4 out of 5. So the only game that I stuffed up, Hawthorn versus Essendon, I picked Hawthorn, Essendon won. Giants versus Carlton, I picked the Giants. And they got the job done. I picked Brisbane against North, got that one correct. So that's 3. And Geelong versus Western Bulldogs, picked Geelong, got that one right. So that makes it 4. So let's go Thursday nights. Okay, so plain and simple, this one's at the Gabba. Which is remarkable because I think this game, I know Brisbane Lions have lost a fair few against Cats. At the Gabba, Thursday night footy, I'm going to go the Cats by 10 points. I think this one will be a real chance for Richmond to presumably for Geelong to presumably get the job done by 10 points. It's always what you expect. Friday night football. It's classical, this game is. Richmond versus St Kilda. I'm going to go to the Tigers by 50 points. I just think Richmond is in better form than the Saints. Can't trust the Saints at this stage. But as we know, the games where that probably should win, they don't. There were 6 goals after against the Adelaide Crows and lost with Richmond. Obviously, lost in the tight one. I just think now that the Tigers are too strong for that. North Melbourne versus Gold Coast Suns. This one's an interesting game as well because I feel like with North Melbourne, they can play decent footy. It's down in Tasmania. The Gold Coast Suns at the moment are struggling as well. So it should suit the Gold Coast Suns because they played earlier. They copped a 50-point hiding. North are getting close with their rebuild. North have got a good record, and for that, I think North by 15 points, basically on the performances that I've seen, as much as anything, potentially with this. Collingwood versus Fremantle. Now these two teams being offered by Collingwood, doing a really good job being Melbourne by 17 points, and Fremantle did what they had to do as well. Now, since Fremantle come to Marvel Stadium, they haven't had a really good record. The last time that we have played Fremantle, we lost by 12 points. But round 1, 2014 was the last time that we played Fremantle at Marvel Stadium. If there is crowds hoping to go, I'm going to say Collingwood's got a couple players out. So, unfortunately, we've got Darcy Moore's out as well. We'll get Brody Grundy a chance to return at the moment. But, we do have a fair share of injuries, and as much as that's not an excuse, I'm going to go Collingwood by 35 points. Now, we have played in tight games before, but I think us by 35 points is the main thing that I have seen from us at the moment. Now, Essendon versus Melbourne. Port Adelaide versus Sydney. I'm going Essendon versus Melbourne. Now this game, Essendon had a good win. I'm not discounting them. Played first time in Tassie since I think in the 90s. But Melbourne would have been disappointing. Obviously, drawing defeat or losing to us. I'm going to pick Melbourne this one. I just think they'll bounce back. They've had the week off. Surely something will come out of it. I'm going to go Melbourne by 5 points. Now these two teams have played in good games before, but just feel at the moment Melbourne. Port Adelaide versus Sydney. This is a game that Port do struggle. Potentially. This game can go either way. If I were to be brutally honest. I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna say Port by point. I think Port Adelaide by point. I'm not confident. Still think that's going to be the case. As we know, you just can't trust them. Now, GWS versus Hawthorn, and I believe this game's at Giant Stadium. Hawthorn played in Tasmania and lost, so that should benefit them. But the Giants play pretty good. They don't put teams away, so it gives Hawthorn a chance. I'm going to say Giants by 36 points. Can't just trust Hawthorn. I know Alex Clarkson will come off something ridiculously, but I still think that's going to be the case. Now, the West Coast Eagles versus the Western Bulldogs. Now, this game should be an interesting one. Last time these two sides met, Bulldogs beat them by 7 points. It's up in Perth. That game was at Marvel. It's up in Perth, and even though they've won there before, just think the way the West Coast Eagles are playing, they're playing pretty good footy. I'm going to say West Coast by 7 points. Basically, on the form line that I have at the moment, Bulldogs have lost a couple on their own, but believe it or not, maybe it's a bit of form, the second on the ladder, wanting to start winning as well, because Geelong are really coming up there, and I just feel West Coast will get the job done. Now, Carlton versus Adelaide. If I were to say this, Carlton lost by 6 goals, as we know. Adelaide are coming off the bye, but they come from 36 points down to beat St Kilda by a kick. I'm going to say Adelaide by 40 points. This has got the potentially of being a 40-point plus blowout for Carlton. Look, did flag they was going to pick Adelaide, was on matter how much, but I just feel like at the moment the way that Adelaide are playing as well, they're playing a lot better than Carlton at the moment, and let's be honest, Carlton are a more talented team, but talent doesn't get you anywhere. You can have a talent team, you might beat a team that hasn't got that much as talent, but it's all about how you perform well as a team. And I think this one's going to be a blowout. Now, this one, that was part of my top 5, because this is a must-win game for both teams. At Marvel Stadium as well, should suit Carlton, but just feel like, Eddie Betts coming up against their team, if he does play this week, you would have thought they're due for a win. David Teague's under a lot of pressure. There's a lot of dysfunctional stuff that's going on down at Carlton as well. I'm going to go on the early call here on this, and I've said it before. Adelaide wins, David Teague will be sacked. Yes, you heard that correctly. I see guys like Adam Sard, and you can tell within the first 5 or 10 minutes on how a team plays. Now, with Carlton had the first couple centre bounces, and yeah, realistically, and I got a few tackles in. Adelaide just GW dominate Carlton, and you can't just trust Carlton at the moment. They're 4-9 for a reason. I know we're 4-9. Fremantle are a bit further up on the ladder, but I truly believe, like, watching Collingwood play, I'm going to get criticised for saying this. At least with Collingwood, we have a good defensive structure. Now, 2 teams have kicked over 90 points, and that was Essendon and the Giants. Defensively, we're poor as well for conceding that. But one thing that we do is that we keep teams under 80 points, and I don't see Carlton doing that. I think Adelaide are going to score. Taylor Walker's in the air, going to absolutely dominate. Adelaide's younger players have really stepped up this year, and you can see that on the scoreboard. So I'm going to go with that as an early call. Big call too. But I did say after that, yeah, Adelaide's going to win, and they'll sack their coach. I've said that internally towards myself, and I said that to people around as well. Like, you can tell they're going to sack their coach. The players, either they don't want to defend, or they don't know how to. It's a bit of both. I think that's on the coaches as well, because they tend to trust the same players out on the field without putting Doherty down there on like a guy like Toby Green. And you would have thought Toby Green, he's a really good player. He's real smart, and what he can do is he can hurt you, and Himmelberg as well. So within that, I think Giants will beat Hawthorn, but I also think the way that Carlton's playing, I see what Adelaide are doing. Now, don't forget, they were up there, right? Their first 4 games of the season, I think there were 3 wins and a loss. I know they've slipped away a little bit, but they're a young team. I think we got to understand that Adelaide are a good young team. That they're actually playing with a lot of structure. Last year, with COVID, they fell out, but they won the last 3. So they actually showed something in what they're doing. Now, I had them bottom of the ladder, only winning a few games, that's it. And I would have had, at the start of the year, I would have had Carlton beating Adelaide, but I just don't see it. You got guys like Zach Williams and Adam Sard earning, 700k, 800k, 950k, whatever how much they're earning. And you got Harry Kai, like 1.3 million for 2 years. There's no commitment down at Carlton, and I think as well, Dylan Shield made the right decision. Tom Papley wanted to go to Carlton, stayed in Sydney, and they couldn't get that deal done. You have a look what teams like Sydney and Adelaide are doing, and they're doing a good job. Now, it takes growth. It doesn't take talent to win games of football. It takes your hard work, willing to work hard in defence. You are going to concede goals, but it's how you stop that. It's what you do to pressure the ball carrier and pressure the opposition's ball movement. Now, Carlton fans will be laughing at Collingwood. Collingwood is shit. Let this sink in, Carlton fans. Let this sink in. Adelaide's going to smack yous in the park. And what's going to happen? You're going to sack your coach. They're going to make that call. And we're going to be on top of you guys. Because we work hard both ways. Right? Now, people are going to say, oh, it takes you this long to play. No. We had to build to play our best footy. it doesn't take just like that. It takes a few weeks to get the defensive structure right. You look at Ross Lyon, you look at Alistair Clarkson, they worry about defence. If you don't want to defend, fuck off. We'll play someone else who wants to defend. Same thing with Ross Lyon. He had the balls back in 2008 to drop Nick Dawson and Steve Milne. They weren't doing anything. He put the whole team on nose. And look, they got a response. Played semi-odd. Dawson played semi-right, or an average game in the VFL they played in. And he's been playing his role ever since, until he went north. The only thing is, you got to work hard. If you're not work hard and willing to accept criticism, to accept, okay, we need to defend as a team because we're getting goals late from the back half to the forward half, and teams are getting it within easy, you know, and red time goals hurts, as well as conceding like 5 goals or more. So that's the problem. Carlton aren't a young team. They've got a good list there, but they're not working hard enough. Is it the players? Is it more the coaches? It's a bit of both, but what are Carlton willing to do to guys like Adam Sutton and Zach Williams? Say, guys, you guys got to stand on the man. You guys got to help out as a team. We can't just rely on one individual. You can have a one on, okay, 18 versus 18, but you got to have players there who are willing to step up, and you just don't see that at Carlton. So, Richmond, good example. They have a good system, team defence. As well as West Coast, the same thing. The way that West Coast play, you know, you can identify that and look at that, and you can break them down, and you got to have a game plan for that. But for some reasons, either they can't, or they don't know how to. Or they just don't want to defend because they're not playing for the jumper. And I feel like guys like Sam Walsh, who's going to be like the Patrick Cripps, you know, if you want to be a premiership team, it's definitely not with Carlton. It's going to be another 20 years before something gets done. So hopefully they get this reviewed. They take a hard look at themselves, the board included in this, because you don't want to coach the training wheels. And Chris Judd was right. And he got criticised for it. Oh, David Teague's doing a wonderful job. There's a lot of difference in between being a caretaker coach and being a coach. Has David Teague coached before? What's his record like? Has he won premierships? Has he been successful as a coach? I don't see that. And unfortunately, he ain't the right man for the job. I knew they were going to give it to him because they look past Michael Voss. I don't think they did their, thinking properly. So that's the end of my footy tips video for round 15. Look, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I like people's opinions. Love yous all. I'm calling for everyone to see Carlton do well, but until they start lifting the game, I can't see it. But until then, bye everyone.